Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Chang from Agility Marketing, to present to us on your brand standing in business and life. In this presentation, let us explore 3 key areas of your brand. How you are projecting your business brand. What is your brand position in the business and community sectors that you work in? Is your business brand and your personal brand working in harmony? As the founder of Agility Marketing, May creates awesome brand standing for businesses, resulting in new markets, clients, revenue and SROI, social return on investment. She is passionate about working with non-profits, combining the social enterprise focus of the NP executives together with her 20+ years of brand consulting and marketing implementation expertise helps to deliver laser-focused customer-centric solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for May Chang.
The whole reason for coming out with this presentation, your brand standing in business and life, is that I'm a very private person. So for me, there are crises all around me. From midlife crisis to what I think for me is an identity crisis. How much do I share of my personal identity in a business environment? So a little bit uncomfortable with that. So that's why I wanted to just get these 3 areas going. And hopefully by the end of it, you could also relate it back to your brand, and we could come up with an answer. So a brand position in both the business sectors that you work in. How are you currently projecting it, and what type of building blocks are you doing to actually spearhead that? And can your business and personal brand reside in harmony? In order to put that into context about brand positioning, you really kind of have to then work out, okay, what is your role in the business? Are you an employee of a big brand? If you are, you're likely to have adopt the business identity of that brand. If you're a Google employer, you behave as a Google employee, and you kind of like showcase the brand identity of the big client, of the big company. But if you're an owner of a company with staff, or you are the company, how do you position your brand standing? So I'm just going to address the second one, because I think it resonates more with our business setting here. The first teaser I have is that, what if you're the only person on an island? Do you need a brand? Will there be somebody to praise you or complain to you? Right. So if you're on, if you are only one person, there's no audience, you don't need a brand. But what happens when does the brand position comes to play? As what the teaser number one is that if you have an audience, then it does come to play. So then that means that then who is the audience that you play around with in the business world? So this is where I would say, hey, your sphere of engagement, have a look around. I put it in about like a couple of clusters. And, of course, it's important to have clients. It's also important to build up prospects, right? And your relationship with your suppliers. Do you want to deal with suppliers, or do you want eventually to deal with a few and convert them into business partnerships so there is collaboration? And referral partners, that is your inner circle. And to have referral partners means another set of eyes who are looking out on your behalf, right? If you play in the non-for-profit space, it's about engaging with community leaders and industrial leaders. And again, whether your business is local It's, making sure that you have relationship with business chambers, councils, or the funding arms of state, federal government, right? Last but not least, competition. Sometimes friendly competition, sometimes it can be more. But all in all, in that, the common thing around that is about that relationship. So if you initially have a relationship, that's the milestone for your brand standing. But what do you want to do with that brand standing and the brand position? So the question is, if you do nothing, what happens? If you don't nurture those your audience and your relationship, what happens? Yeah, could you be sliding back as competition comes in, and then instead of moving up the chain with your brand standing, you're actually going maybe further down, right? So how then are you projecting your business brand? To me, a lot about that is about the relationship building. This whole proven formula that when we meet somebody, perhaps you can move it to the next stage of like, and then after that, even going further, having that know and then building that trust. All these needs work, right? And the next bit is the community development or business development. How are you going about doing it? If you identify your go-to-market channels, is it social media, you're putting your brand out there? Is it by direct mail on a regular basis, reminding your clients? Or is it, catching up with them, having quarterly, meetings, etc., and engaging? Yeah. But I want to actually for us to think more on the fundamental basics of how do you stack up your brand? How do you develop your brand and advance it? So there are for me these 2 points of your vision and your values. And I am using it as the same thing. I mean, as bigger companies, you'll find that there's company vision, there's mission statements, there is brand promise, etc. I'm just going to, as an owner of a smaller business, going to put it all the same. Yeah, you can delineate it a little bit further if you want to. So to me, brand vision and promise, it's about your brand. You have those big companies, Nike, their brand promise is about being rugged and, sorry, I'm just, let me just refresh my, so rugged and excitement. Coca-Cola is about being fresh and happiness. And Starbucks is about how do we nurture, having a human spirit, one person, one coffee, one neighborhood at a time, right? I tried to put it with agility marketing, and sorry, it's a little bit long, but it makes sense to me, and hopefully, when I communicate to my clients, it makes sense to them. So it is to enable clients to be very nimble and agile in their marketing delivery, enhancing their brand standing in the industry, and that results for them new client markets, products, and revenue streams. I think more importantly to me is the building blocks. What are the brand values that actually affect your brand performance? And from there, it actually it's your way that you conduct your activities with your clients and with all the other sphere of engagement, and that for me it provides that DNA and the identity. Yeah. So here I put two different examples where clients, clients' business values, they have collaboration, leadership, integrity, and trust. So this helps them to spearhead and to also as a means of communication to their staff as to how to conduct themselves. You know, whether it's writing proposals, whether it's on the phone with customer service, build that integrity and trust, etc. For me, I kind of wanted for agility market, build it into, you know, very sharp, kind of succinct brand value so that I can remind myself how to hold steady, how to navigate as I, conduct business for my clients and on behalf of my clients. So I'm using myself as an examples so that you could see, where that value proposition comes in my business, and for your business you will have different ones. So I'll just take a few points. Delivering value and more. If we deliver more value than we're supposed to, you're delighting your clients. Guess where you are when it comes to your brand position? You're likely to be at the top of the chain, right? Staying curious is, to me, it's about not kind of like accepting the same old business propositions. How can we, you know, actually provide exciting solutions to our clients? Yeah? And staying agile. Staying agile is about being nimble, being able to execute, hopefully in a very timely and even a shorter process of delivery. But it also crosses over to the personal values, whereby stay agile in your mind, in your emotions, and in physically. That's where it helps in so many different ways. And the last bit I love it about you're never alone. Yourself, we're never alone because we have beautiful supportive communities like BX. And if you cross it over to your client, you are also reassuring your client that I'm with you every step of the way, because I know your business, I know your business mission and the value system and, you know, the marketing plan, and I will work with you to deliver that. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense to you. Then how do you blend the two together if it's possible? The COVID situation has certainly, I beg your pardon. COVID situation has really kind of like helped us kind of like turn a challenge into opportunities. Some of us might be thinking, hey, you know, our B2B clients, is it possible to actually go digital and look also at other prospects, whether it's B2C, etc. And your brand actually doesn't need to be local. It can go beyond. Yeah, you even in our participation here, we're not based just in Sydney. We have national, and sometimes you can even, you know, have international clients, New Zealand and beyond, right? And therefore, brand does not need to be limited by the boundaries. And when you look at how HR consultants and now recruiters, when they look to hire a person, they not only look at the social feeds, both on the business front, they combine everything. So which means that now they are actually looking at your whole of character, right? And in conclusion, what I believe is that my brand values and my business values hold me steady, whether it's a personal brand or a business brand. But because they have now kind of like, you know, merged, and I'm seeing that, hey, I don't really need to have to keep them separate. It has actually made me very comfortable with, you know, these two brands merging a bit more, and that authentic self of mine have come up more, even in my business dealings. So therefore, looking at that picture, I have now become a whole of character and a superwoman or a superman, if you like to be. Thank you very much.